They thought they could break us. They thought they could silence us and take us off the air. But that's not going to happen. We're back,
No
baby.
way. No way.
This is
in hell.
season 2 of Certified Cinephiles.
Certified cinephiles.
Southeast Asia, 2016. Our hero, Steven Seagal, is in a candlelit hotel room. Sultry saxophone music reverberates through the romantic love den. It smells of sweat, cum, and old fat guy farts. A beautiful woman sits on a chair. She is pressed to the TV set as if it will save her from Seagal and his stench.
Come here, baby. I ain't paying you to watch that shit. I'm Steven Seagal.
The morbidly obese Seagal lays on a revolving round bed. His boner presses against his gi.
This bed is really trippy, man. Why don't you come check it out, mamacita?
The bed continues to rotate as Steven Seagal pleads. The woman tries her best to ignore him.
Oh, why you gotta be that way, baby? It's time for round 2. And this time I'm gonna stay on the bottom so I don't sweat on you, baby. I promise. I'll come give the karate master some loving.
By the time the bed rotates to an angle where our hero can see the woman and the TV, she is gone.
Damn it, baby, I paid for 2 hours. Get your candy ass back here.
Seagal sadly sits on the rotating bed with a garbage bag full of Panda Express lo mein. He eats it with his hands.
Can you believe they just throw all those noodles out at the end of the night? It's like, I live right by here.
He has never felt more alone.
Just let me get some every night. Like, what time do you throw them away? Because I'll be here, like clockwork.
William breaks into the hotel room out of breath.
Steve, we gotta go. We gotta go. The deep state is after us, and we need your help. Our podcast and the knowledge we have can save the planet from imminent destruction. Is that trash bag full of old Panda Express?
Yeah, can you believe they just throw all this shit out at the end of the damn day?
Are there chicken fries in there too?
Yeah, it's a combination Panda Express BK Lounge. It's like heaven's real, and I live right around the corner from it.
Steve, can't you afford to buy food?
Well, that's none of your business. What's this podcast called?
Certified Cinephiles.
Also, what's a podcast?
I'll tell you on the way. We don't have much time. Deep state agents have been tracking me since I got to Asia.
Well, I'm ready to kick some motherfucking ass, compadre. This is the Asian Connection. Asian Connection. Asian Connection.
Yes, movie boys are back. The deep state thought they got rid of us. But guess what? We're
It's
back.
just gotten worse. It's honestly, it's just gotten worse for them because they've taken everything from us. We're in several libel lawsuits. Our lawyer dropped us. But guess what? We have a new lawyer, and his name's Chris Angel.
Sweet James, he didn't want us to talk about much of this stuff. This is why Sweet James fired us as clients, because we were sharing too much on the pod. And our new lawyer is named Chris Angel. No relation to Chris
Not
Angel.
that Chris Angel, but he is a mind freak.
He is an absolute mind freak, but in a more courtroom style setting than in a Vegas showroom.
Yeah. And so,
They do
yeah, we have a
similar
couple
fashion sense too.
We
I
have a couple
noticed.
libel lawsuits against us for, names that we have brought up in the previous season, but against the advisory of our counsel and several lawyers that we've met with, we decided that we love. We're both addicted to a drug called the truth, and
We're mainlining it.
And we need to share this with you all. I mean, the information that we've come across from anonymous sources, the guests that we will have this season, They're absolutely going to blow your mind. So, viewer discretion is advised because what we're about to go over is very, very hard pill to swallow. Ain't that right, Pat?
It's a giant Hollywood sign H pill size to swallow hard. And we are on the forefront of something huge. You'll uncover it as we go through this season. We do have a lot of we're in a lot of litigation right now.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these deep state major players are very litigious, and some of these movie critics that we have threatened to kill on here are also litigious. We've got a couple lawsuits because of that.
What are they gonna do? Take my Bitcoin? All right. Have fun.
I'll just
with that.
mine more. I'll mine more.
Yeah, you lucky duck. You're a freaking genius about that stuff. I just buy my Bitcoin from Pat. I'm lucky to have a friend like you that I can buy Bitcoin from straight up.
Mm-hmm. I give you the best deals.
And for any viewers out there watching the video, a little has changed with me. You might have noticed that I have been growing a beard here for the last month and a half, and 2 months.
You are?
3 months.
I can't see anything.
Well, maybe something's wrong with your connection because you can see all that.
I don't see anything, but maybe it's because it's pixelated.
Pretty thick beard. Beard.
Mine is about 2 weeks.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. That is looking good. I can see yours plain as day, just like we have 2 beards going on. Patrick's not just the beard guy anymore. Now we got 2 beard guys per the pod. And you know what? I'm there for it. Yeah.
It's giving Gandalf.
Thank you. Yeah, I feel Gandalfy. Gandalfy.
Gandalfini.
Yeah, James Gandalfy.
Yeah,
wow.
That's fun.
So today we're talking the... Oh, sorry. What were you going to say, Pat?
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, today we're talking the Asian Connection.
Yes.
One of the greatest pieces of cinema to ever come across our eyes. But there's a very, very specific reason that we're going over this movie and why we will continue to deep dive on Steven Seagal throughout this entire season.
Yeah, Steven Seagal is going to be a major player in this season. His narrative weaves in and out of the narrative we are bringing all to you. So as the season progresses, we will be dipping our toes into Steven Seagal's vast movie catalog, and Asian Connection is one of his best works. We watched it together in the Piscord, and Will, I think you said it's your favorite movie now? Is that correct?
Absolutely. The moment that the movie started, I realized that this was going to be my favorite movie of all time. It's absolutely
that quickly.
It's absolutely incredible. There's just such a the emotional strength of the movie. It's one of those movies that it's hard for a lot of people. The rewatchability of it is hard because of the emotional strain. You're really brought into this world, and well, by golly, it would be hard for me to watch it again, but I'm going to over and over and over again.
It's an emotional roller coaster. This isn't a baby movie. This isn't for toddlers. This isn't for twerps. This is for grown adult men and men only.
It makes me feel like a Marine. Honestly, it's like, yeah, of course I don't want to go back to war, but at the same time, regular society no longer feels appropriate for me.
Yeah, when I'm at home, I just want to choke my wife to death. I need to go back out there and feel the thirst for blood again.
Well, I don't know about hurting a woman, but definitely going
this
out.
Is hypothetical. I don't want to choke a woman, Will.
No, I know, but I was just saying, because everybody, Pat, see, here's the thing, you can get away with a lot of that stuff because people know you. Recently, a lot of people have said to me, including our last lawyer, Sweet James, who ended up firing us. As per our last season, we were really hitting things off for a while. He gave me those sunglasses, and we were really hanging out. But he may have mentioned
not as much as him and I were hanging out. Me and him were hanging out.
Yeah.
More.
Yeah. Well, that's.
Has he texted you since he fired us?
No, he mentioned to me that he no longer wants us to be clients and doesn't want to associate with me. He thinks that I have a very creepy aura. Those are his words. And
didn't he say you had sunken in eyes?
Yeah, he said I had what's the word? A spooku eyes. Ooh.
Spooky eyes?
No,
what?
Spooku. A spooku eyes. Oh, sanpuku eye.
What's that mean?
Sanpaku eye.
What's that mean?
It is, according to Wikipedia, it is where,
your eyes look like a pedophile?
No. It is. It represents physical imbalance in the body and is claimed to be present in alcoholics, drug addicts, and people who overconsume sugar or grain. Guilty. Conversely, when the upper sclera is visible, it is said to be indication of mental imbalance in people such as psychopaths, murderers, and anyone rageful.
You said you had those eyes?
Yeah. Can you believe it? So, just for everybody
more like
out there,
Mean James. I don't like that.
I know, but you know what? He said it in such a nice way that I, broke my heart to hear. But
was that before or after he called me a fat fuck?
Oh, I think that was in the same conversation. Yeah, but he was just joking with that.
He said, "You've been eating cheeseburgers all day, you fat motherfucker. Now get out of my office. Sweet James don't play that way, fat motherfucker."
Yeah, and he started shooting our feet. That was wild. When he started shooting our feet, it made us dance like in Goodfellas.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that.
Oh my god, I blacked that out. I had forgotten. Oh my god.
But that was honestly pretty funny. I thought that was like really funny actually. When he did
well, that's
that
the past anyway. Sweet James is in the past, and I keep trying to reach out to him to see if he wants to hang out, but he hasn't gotten back to me either.
No, seriously, screw him. Screw him. I hope
Chris
the best
Angel's
for him.
cooler anyway.
We have a much better lawyer, Chris Angel, no relation to Vegas showman, illusionist Chris Angel, but quite the mind freak in the courtroom, as we've mentioned. So today we're talking the Asian
have the
connection.
same fashion sense.
The reason why we are bringing up this movie, they do have the same fashion sense. Oh my god! I've just been trying to put my finger on that, and that is so true. If Chris Angel, it's the bracelets, it's the whole Johnny Depp presence sort of thing. My god!
They both have that Depp thing going on.
Yeah, without the beard, of course. Chris Angel's smooth. He's so smooth.
I don't like going into Chris Angel's office because he wears too much cologne and it gives me a headache, and then I can't think about the court case.
I like it when he's just smoking cigars because it masks the scent of the cigars, masks all that cigar smoke, just masks the cologne that he's wearing. But yeah,
for me, it magnifies the scent. It kind of mixes together in a way that almost makes this noxious gas that really
your eyes went crossed last time. Your eyes were straight
I had to get
crossed.
out of there.
Yeah, I looked over at Pat and his eyes were just straight crossed in the lawyer's office because he just couldn't
And then I walked
breathe.
down to the reception and sorry, Chris, but your receptionist, she has got giant tits, and she thought I was staring at him.
Yeah, she's actually in line for a breast reduction. So shout out
That's
to
a
her.
crime. That's a crime.
I actually I think that, however women want to go about that, And again, Pat, see, this is the thing. People are going to be able to, they know you, they're going to be able to side with you on this and laugh it off. But for me, with the Sampuku eyes, I just want to make sure that everybody knows. I just want to make sure everybody knows
James
that
got in your head.
I think women can do whatever they want with their breasts. If they want them, show them. If you want to put them away, you want to take them off, whatever you want to do, that is, your body, your choice.
And ladies, make them bigger. I don't care how big they are. Make them bigger. I love them.
Dang.
Tits in the morning, tits for lunch, tits at supper time.
I'm imagining somebody making it like I'm imagining a lot of things right now. If I'm going to be completely honest, I'm imagining a lot of things when you say that.
So, Asian Connection.
We're deep diving into the Asian Connection because this film, in particular, is the first film since a former partner of Seagal's movie-making business, Julius Nasso, was released from prison. The reason why we're getting into this is because Julius Nasso, during Seagal's, very fast wave of the 90s fame, where he's coming out with so many amazing, spectacular films, this was the guy that partnered with him in creating these films. Right from the get-go, Seagal already knew he was bigger than Hollywood. And to be in a casting office, Seagal's not the type that's going to be taking auditions. So he went ahead and already streamlined it with, you've heard of the Weinstein brothers and how much they love Tarantino. And you've heard of LucasArts. You've heard of Spielberg. You've heard of Universal Studios and Paramount. Well, we're here to talk about the Nasso family. And just exactly why Steven Seagal hasn't been in a movie theater since 1999.
Just horrible stuff. This is an example of Steven Seagal being a victim of his own greatness. Because when you're such a powerful star with that much star quality, people are just gunning for you and they're pocket watching and they're going to sabotage you at every corner. And this is just one of those classic Hollywood stories.
So Julius Nasso met with Steven Seagal on the set of The Unbreakable Man. And since then, their partnership bloomed. They blossomed. They produced over 22 movies together. At one point, Julian Nasso, the son of the great Robert Nasso and the Nasso film family, decided that Seagal was hiding money from him, wasn't giving him the shares that they had agreed upon. And Julian Nasso, who, and this is not alleged, note to lawyer, this is not alleged, this is confirmed fact. Julius Nasso had ties to the mob, which he then hired to shake down Seagal. Seagal already knowing this. The mob. The Italian mob.
To a mop? He had ties to a mop?
Ties to the mob, the Italian mob. In New York City, hired a shakedown on Seagal. Seagal, being the incredible badass that he is, walked away from that unscathed and
he's so cool. God,
immediately started working with a private investigator named Anthony Pellicano. Note to lawyer, this is also not alleged. Anthony Pellicano has been convicted as well. So Anthony Pellicano was at the time a trusted PI for a lot of your celebrities amongst Hollywood. Steven Seagal, through word of mouth and reference of people we cannot name. Note to lawyer, that is true. We cannot name these. Pending libel lawsuit 6.4. And
Note to lawyer, we're doing what you say, so don't fire us. Thanks,
Yeah.
Chris.
Thanks, Chris. And
Note to lawyer, what's your cologne? And could you please stop wearing so much of it?
That's true. And don't be offended by that, Chris. It's just a lot. And it does make Patrick get cross-eyed and sick.
Note to lawyer, do you want me to throw up in your office?
Because he will. He's sensitive to that. So Anthony Pellicano is a PI for the Stars. He's a PI for the Stars, and he does a whole deep dive into Nassau. It turns out he can trace the mob right back to Nassau. And, words were said and all of that. Well, guess what? Pellicano is a drug addict, and he's also kind of a stalker. He's breaking into certain women's homes and leaving certain objects of his around their home. Well, he's immediately arrested for this and then pending an investigation with the FBI. And, of course...
What kind of stuff?
Roses. Let's see the list here.
Oh, this is just classic PI stuff. I've seen noirs. This is just classic He's just being a PI.
Anthony Pellicano leaves.
He just has a little zest to him. He likes to add a little flavor. He likes to investigate and then leave a flower. It's romantic.
Well, Anthony Pellicano was he's since been out of prison since 2019. But Anthony Pellicano busts Nassau on this mob thing by getting in touch with the FBI, who is like, hey, look, we caught you doing all these creepy shit. Help us nab this that Steven Seagal has you working on. Well, all of this sort of comes to a head where now we have Julius Nassau going to prison for blackmail, and we have Pellicano going to prison on a lesser sentence for being a creep. And
for being romantic.
Yeah, so of course,
let's make one thing straight. I mean, from the get-go, Steven Seagal was just like, motherfucker, let me handle this my way. He wanted to kill everyone involved. He wanted to karate chop people's backs.
He wasn't calling the cops. He wasn't calling the FBI. He wanted to handle it himself. And that is an admirable thing to do. That's exactly what. But because of this, the Nassau family, very displeased. Very displeased. And ever since the moment that they sent the FBI put their son, in prison, Julius Nassau, not a single Seagal movie has made it into theaters.
Motherfucking Nassau family. Fucking sabotaging my motherfucking ass.
How do you like my Seagal impression?
So good, Pat. Oh my God. That's like the best impression of Steven Seagal I've ever heard in my entire life.
What's up, William? It looks like you got villainized. You want to come be a motherfucking villain in my next movie?
God, yes. I would love if Seagal just beat the shit out of me. And with his black belt.
Yeah, you motherfucker. Listen here, motherfucker. You're playing a pedophile who kills little boys and uses their spines to make a giant xylophone, motherfucker.
Wow.
And I had to come in and save these little kids, motherfucker, and then I chop your penis off.
Oh my God.
Are you circumcised, motherfucker?
Yes.
Perfect. All right. We start shooting tomorrow, motherfucker.
Wow. See, and that's...
Thank you. End scene.
That was honestly such a good quote, and that is a lot to do with his process. Seagal can write movies in his sleep. In fact, he actually suffers from a sleepwalking disorder where he will straight up write and produce scripts in his sleep. And the Asian Connection is one of those.
He's got typewriters all over the floor in his house. So when he's sleepwalking, he can just grab any typewriter There's like several in every room.
And the click and the clack, it doesn't wake him up. He sleeps right through it. It's absolutely incredible. And, amongst all of that talent, he can also fight in his sleep. And he does so in The Asian Connection. Some critics have said, is he on barbiturates in some of these scenes? And any true Seagal fan's going to know that man's asleep. And he's on barbiturates.
He is taking, to quote his song, his 9-minute song, he is taking the slow boat to China in this whole movie. This is at the peak of this whole drama with the Nassau family. And it's just a credit to how great of an actor he is that he can be this barred out on Xanax and still perform perfectly. You can tell that he's only doing 1 or 2 takes per scene, and he's nailing it. He's absolutely nailing it.
2 would honestly even be sort of an overstep of what I would say he was doing. It's 1 take for Seagal, and that's more than enough every time.
One shot Steve.
Yeah, absolutely. Seagal doesn't need more than 1 take. You get him in, you let him do his thing. He's got to meet you. And
motherfucker, give me a beer and another Xanax bar. I'm gonna knock these 3 scenes out right here. Bring me another Asian beauty.
So in this movie, Steven Seagal plays a drug lord named Gon Sarankiri, who runs in Thailand. He runs an entire gang.
I love that about this movie. Steven Seagal is an artist. He's not afraid to play the villain in his own movie. It's amazing.
Really is.
He contains multitudes.
And so our heroes in this movie are a couple of bank robbers that are going around and stealing particularly his money. And this is played by Jack and Sam, who are 2. Jack's American, Sam's Australian, and, they're just trying to make it in Bangkok. And Jack is in love with Avalon, and Sam is just in love with the lifestyle. Sam's he's got his finger on the trigger, he's shooting people, and, of course, the one bank they decide to rob, and it was like a one-time deal. They're just going to go rob this joint, and, of course... Well, the money is tracked, and Niren, which is Gon Sarankiri's number 1 dude, wants in on the deal. So he has Jack and Sam, instead of killing them on the spot, he has them go and rob multiple banks, getting all of Gon Sarankiri's dough.
Yeah, he's kind of, he takes things into his own hands and leverages them into doing more dirty work for him.
And it is dirty. This is some dirty, dirty work. The stuff that they're doing is, this movie, if it was released in the U.S., would have gotten definitely an NC-17 at the least rating. I wouldn't let any 16-year-olds or under watch this film.
You have to be mature. You got to, even when he's in a movie acting, Steven Seagal he's got game. He is flirting with these women on screen. The chemistry is unparalleled. It's beautiful. Oh, there's scenes with Steven Seagal's character in this movie that don't even move the plot forward. They're just there to show him having sex with a naked Asian woman, and it's art. It works. It absolutely works for this movie. Because of just how cool Steven Seagal is.
Certified cinephiles.
Okay, sorry, they're doing lawn stuff outside. I don't know if you can hear it. Thanks for listening to Certified Cinephiles, Season 2. You are a seeker of truth and justice, and a movie enjoyer. The evil Hollywood deep state continues to wage a war on our favorite movies, and yet she persisted. You could get early access to the 2nd season of Certified Cinephiles right now on the Birthday Piss Patreon. at patreon.com/birthdaypiss. As of recording this, we are going to drop episode 11 of 12 on the Patreon this Friday. So they're almost all out on there. Join the Patreon, $5 a month. Get you early access to Season 2 of Certified Cinephiles, as well as weekly exclusive episodes of the Kobos Patrick podcast. Thank you all again, we love you, and I hope you're having sex right now. Enjoy the rest of the pod.
Certified cinephiles.
It's one of those things that really makes you think about how Hollywood requires film to be. And this movie shows so much of these beautiful moments. And they're moments that just take us away from the absolute chaos that so many of these characters are currently living.
Yeah, it pulls us in. It's like, how much of this is the movie? How old is this actor that Steven Seagal is making out with? Is she being exploited? Is there consent happening here? And it really just it fits the mood of the movie in a way that's, I can't think of another word besides beautiful.
It really is, and it is. Those are some, as Robin Thicke would call it, blurred lines, because this movie was filmed internationally.
Is that still your ringtone?
Yeah, it's a good song.
I don't know, man.
I don't stand by it.
I don't like being around you in public when your ringtone goes off. It's very awkward.
Have you heard the song from Osmosis Jones by Kid Rock?
What's that one?
It's where he says that. Can I read you the lyrics?
Yeah. Osmosis Jones. Now that's a flick.
It's called "Cool
Ooh.
Daddy Cool" lyric. Cool Daddy Cool.
Okay. This was made for Osmosis Jones. Kind of getting sidetracked here.
Okay, see here's how it goes. Now some people say my mind's blown. I'm cooling like a snow cone. On my cell phone, I'm pagey. Can't call me, just page me. Young ladies, I like 'em underage. See, some say that's statutory, but I say it's mandatory.
No. What? This was what?
This is in Osmosis Jones.
This was made for Osmosis Jones. What?
Yeah, they animate the song. There's a whole cell Kid Rock and everything.
Jesus Christ. I can't I just can't get over the fact that they let Kid Rock say that.
Well, we're going to cover Kid Rock in another episode, that's for sure. But yeah, Kid Rock and Osmosis Jones, they said, you know what, kid? Everything you say and all of your songs are gold. When you would sing, your lyrics are ba wa da ba. Absolutely incredible lyrics. But back to Asian Connection. So, Pat, we do have some key moments here that I'd like to go over, because there is some stuff that really just blew me away. And I know while we were watching it, we were crying, we were laughing, we were having the best time. And I really came away from that experience of watching this movie with just a complete rebirth, really.
Yeah. I agree with that. I
I
think I'm closer to you after watching that together.
No, absolutely. So Pat, for a scene that made you cry or speechless, what do you got there?
So a scene that made me cry /or made me speechless.
Yeah.
I was really sad. Yeah, this movie's a whirlwind of emotion. But I was left speechless. Improver alert right here. Unfortunately, I mean not unfortunately. We love.
You're gonna be
improvers.
Yeah, you're better for it. Trust us.
You're better for the. And if you didn't listen to season 1 of certified cinephiles. First off, fuck you. Second off, we call spoilers improvers on here because they supplement your viewing of the movie.
I just saw Barbarian. I just saw the movie Barbarian, and let me tell you, I enjoyed it so much because I read the entire synopsis before I went. If I had not read the entire synopsis of the movie Barbarian before I saw it, I probably would have hated it. So
we like to go in. We're this way with video games as well. We like to read the entire. We get the
I watched the playthrough. I watched the entire playthrough of every video game.
We get the guide, we get the maps, and we watch the playthroughs, and we see someone else. We watch someone beat the entire game first.
100%.
So we know what we're getting into.
We're completists as well. We need to see the game beat 100% before I even pick up the controller. I need all achievements unlocked.
If I miss a name in the credits of a movie, I will rewind that sucker.
And I love it when you do, because, finally I've met somebody in my life. Finally I've met somebody in my life that will do that. And I appreciate it every time it happens.
It's the best. I love the credits. I always tell you, the end credits are my favorite part of a movie.
They are. And what? Of course. I love any sort of added bonus content added to the credits. But, hot take alert over here. I would appreciate it if they just moved that to before the credits. Just add your extra ending to the ending of the movie and let me enjoy the credits in full as the art that they truly are.
Yeah, I don't like getting scared by another scene. Even if it is a great one, like in the Ed Norton Hulk, when Samuel L. Jackson, Nick Fury, comes in and says, "Man, you are one ugly green N-word."
Yeah, that's in the movie Holes. Oh, I love that movie with
Shia LaBeouf. No. Hulk.
Shia LaBeouf.
Hulk.
With Shia LaBeouf and Samuel L. Jackson comes in there.
Not holes. Hulk.
Holes.
Hulk.
Holes.
Whatever. Stop.
Okay.
You can hear
so
me.
Improver alerts are going to happen with these scenes. So, Pat, there was not a dry eye in that Discord. What was the scene that made you cry or left you speechless?
Left me speechless?
Yeah.
I was gripping the side of my gamer chair after Jack got shot. I thought for sure he was going to die. But the Avalon's love kept him alive for at least till the end when he actually died.
Because he was getting blown up. They were just popping off on him.
He was getting Swiss cheesed. He was getting Swissed up.
They were doing some nasty stuff to him. I mean, people talk about puking when they see stuff like this, and I was doing nothing but crying. But I could see where people would faint.
Yeah, I thought you did faint, but you were just crying silently for about 10 minutes of the movie. Yeah. I didn't know you were crying because you were crying silently.
I was crying. I'm a silent crier. It's just something that I developed from not wanting anybody to know that I was crying. And being a sensitive person that I am, and just growing up in an abusive household, I just am a very silent crier.
Give them a little taste of your silent cry.
Okay.
Woo, that's bone-chilling stuff. Oh my god.
You're breaking
You're
up
gonna
with
make me cry.
You're breaking up with me?
You're gonna make me cry
That's
too.
fine. You're breaking up with me? I didn't grow up in an abusive household.
My god.
I would cry a lot at the skate park. Every time I fell on my skateboard, people would say, "Oh, are you okay?" And it would just make me cry. And so I would have to say, don't ask me that. Don't ask me that.
Yeah.
And then I would silently cry.
Yeah.
Just a response I have. Well, on that same note, the scene that made me cry was when Sam gets shot. This is Jack's best friend.
Yes.
He's from Australia. He gives no fucks. And he, of course, with his earnings, buys himself a Mercedes-Benz. Despite Jack saying don't spend the money, he goes ahead and he spends the money, which was smart of him to do, considering...
YOLO.
Yeah, this Jack, you dumb fuck. But that's the best part about this movie is that these people are human and Jack's a real dumbass. And, we've already given one spoiler. You need to see the movie for yourself, but you'll be shaking your head the entire time like, yeah, Jack, you dumbass. You saw this coming. But yeah, Sam
he should have
gets
done
shot.
what Sam did with the bank robber money that he got. Sam, the genius he is, he deposits it directly into the bank. But what does dumbass Jack do? He gives it to his stupid girlfriend, Avalon. For some reason, a woman gets to fucking narrate this movie, even though it's a fucking masculine masterpiece. This dumb bitch gets to narrate it. And I'm sorry. Oh.
Well, I'm just saying, because I know people are going to know you, and they're going to say, like, he's funny, he's joking about women being bitches and being dumb bitches, and just to be clear, just so everybody knows me,
don't say stuff like that. Jesus Christ. Ugh.
What? No, I don't believe it. I don't like saying the B word. I don't like saying the B word.
You did, and it hurt.
Well, I take it back. And I'm very pro women.
Is it your eyes? Is it really because of your eyes? You can't say stuff like that?
Yeah, people find it very, very triggering, just me being around them. They just, I'm a very emotionally intelligent person, and I can tell when people are uncomfortable, and me just being around them, I just don't like it. I was in a full sold out show theater. Theater. I'm watching comedy, I'm laughing my butt off, and the lady on stage got me escorted out. And she was hilarious.
What?
She really was. The comedian.
Who was it?
She just pointed at me and she said, look, I don't like you. What's your deal? And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm laughing my butt off over here. And I thought it was like a bit at first, but no, I got arrested that night. I got let go, but they did arrest me. That's the whole story. I got escorted out, and they did call the cops. Apparently, they just thought I had like malicious intent or something. But I was just watching the show. I was having a laugh. Hilarious.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah.
You're like, that's incredible.
Doing really
you're
funny
like,
jokes.
Your eyes are. Wow. I'm sorry.
It's a blessing and a curse. My agent says that it's a very sellable feature. So. I'm going out for a lot of really fun roles, because of
what
it.
Roles?
So that's cool. Just like creep and, the R word and,
what R word?
A lot of that. Like the,
Oh yeah, don't say it. I think it'd come out of your mouth pretty nasty.
Yeah. So, I've been going out for a lot of those roles, and so, if that's what Hollywood sees for me, well, Oh, I did get another casting call for Scientology, and I really think this one's going to amount to something.
A casting call for Scientology?
Yeah. No, for a role.
A role in the church?
Yeah. No, in a movie of theirs.
I don't like you being involved with them, and I didn't know that they did their own movies, like in their church.
Oh, they do their own movies. No, they're all about movies.
Okay,
that's what makes them
great.
so
that's
cool.
Yeah.
It's called the Golden Era Project.
You agreed.
So the Golden Era Project.
Talk about these guys. You agreed not to talk about these guys on season 2, and here you are talking about them like they're your family. It's fucking weird, Will.
Okay, well, I get plenty of casting notices from Golden Era Productions. Golden Era Productions is the casting company for the Church of Scientology, and this is for, this is, they need somebody, a professional presentation to colleagues. That's what they want for $400.
That's not. They want your money for sure, but they want to break you down. You are an expert in your field,
sharp and very knowledgeable. Top instructor.
Oh my god! I don't want to fight with you on this.
Man getting out of car. Medium height.
You're in LA. There's plenty of roles that don't have to do with the Church of Scientology. You need to stop associating with these people. They're going to break you down and rebuild you in their image. I'm worried about you, Will, and I'm not close enough to you to take care of you like I used to. Please, can we not talk about it on the podcast?
Sorry, but hey, when you come out to visit, we should just do a couple of those for fun. Look.
I'm not looking at those people. I will.
It would pay for your flight.
Lid.
Check this out. You could be spy for $300 with gas reimbursement. A French government agent. You are a government official from France. Actor needs to be able to speak English with a French accent, which you're incredible with voices.
Yes, I am, but I'm not doing a Scientology role, Will. Can we please get back to the movie?
God, these are great.
No, do that on your own time.
Look,
please.
I know you're a little jealous just because I'm out here with the stars.
No, you need
back to the movie here. Let's get back to the movie here.
Good idea.
Okay, so
scene you might have agreed with the critics on.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, Pat, I think we're both on the same page with this one.
Yeah.
That's that. Steven was he was a little intoxicated, right?
He was drunk and he was on Xanax throughout the filming of this movie, but that's only because he had a lot going on in his personal life.
And he's pre-diabetic, and there's just a lot of things. It's very hard for an actor to be an actor. It takes a lot out of you to read people's emotions, to lay your emotions out, to be that vulnerable, and
to enunciate. He's having trouble enunciating in this movie.
Yeah.
And
do you know why Jack Nicholson wears sunglasses all the time?
Why?
Because as a trained actor, and I totally feel this too, but making eye contact with people becomes very difficult when you are so used to it. It's your job. You've learned to lay your emotions out and be as vulnerable as an actor of that caliber like Jack Nicholson. Steven Seagal is very much the same way. You're not going to be able to hold onto that, especially as you get older, and especially with your pre-diabetes. You're going to have a hard time. And what's one way to sort of get out of that while you're in these really hard scenes? This movie, these were not easy scenes to act. This was Adrian Brody in The Pianist. I know I bring that movie up a lot, but this is a good comparison. And Steven Seagal laid it out like that. And so, yeah, he probably was on probably a grizzly bear amount of Xanax for some of it, but
barred out.
Yeah.
But we don't hold it against him because that's just what he needed to get through this grueling production schedule. And I mean, he makes it work. It's really something else to see him so vacant yet so present at this. I don't know how to. I got goosebumps.
Yeah.
But it was weird. It does kind of take you out of the movie. So I would agree with the critics a little bit on that one.
Just a little bit. Only because we have Steven's interests in mind here. But acting's a very scary and sacred art, and it's wow. To process that is asking a lot of really anybody.
He's a genius. I was gonna make it a surprise, Will, but I actually ordered you a Steven Seagal fat head for.
Are you serious?
For your wall behind you. For the wall behind you.
It can just stick on that wall. One of them.
Yeah.
Like the Jerry Rice one you have.
Yeah, like the Jerry Rice one, except yours will be Steven Seagal sitting in a rolly chair with a Glock, and he has sunglasses and his Chinese robe on.
Wow, and he's doing Aikido.
Yeah, and he's like, and you can look at him when you're in your office, and you'll almost be able to hear him go, "Good work, motherfucker. Hand me another Xanax."
Wow, take my breath away. That is just so kind of you. I really do appreciate that. That is like just the best thing anybody's ever done to me. Ever done for me. So.
Oh, don't cry again.
I'm not.
Oh, come on. Stop crying.
I'm not crying. I'm smiling.
No, you're silently crying. I can tell. You're trying to hide it.
Well, you know what's next.
Hey, it's that God tier scene, if you know what we mean. Will and P, gonna do it to thee. Steven Seagal in the house today. If you don't like Asian Connection, you are gay.
Bruh.
I didn't mean to say that last part. You know how freestyling goes.
Yeah. It's just top of mind. It's just top of mind stuff. Pat, for our God tier scene,
Yes.
I'm like already getting red in the face. I'm blushing just thinking about what I think we're about to say.
Do we have the same one?
You know what? I have a feeling we do, because there's a scene that I talk about rewatchability. This is a scene that I could watch over and over and over again. And I don't even need our fans to make fan art for this, because it is a visceral. It's a visceral. You know what I'm saying?
What's that?
It's just a stress ball.
Whoa, looks like a donut.
Yeah, it's just for handling. It's just for helping you get a stronger grip.
It looks like you could put your penis in there.
You know, that's what my wife Ashley said. She said that looks like, because you should have seen the thing that was connected to it, and it was kind of funny. It was like a cone thing, and I said, that's hilarious. This is not something I would put my penis in. It's just for squeezing, you know.
Why did you show it to me right when we were talking about this sex scene then?
I didn't. I was just holding it in my hand. I just something to play with.
Well, the God tier scene for Asian Connection, as we both alluded to, Steven Seagal makes love to an unnamed Asian woman in this movie, and she goes full frontal. And me and Will are both fans of that. And
yeah,
it's just like, oh. You were pretty quiet during that scene in the piss cord, too. Were you crying during that scene?
I wasn't crying. Quite the opposite on that one. I was doing the opposite of crying on that one.
Laughing?
Oh, I think you know.
The opposite of crying.
I think you know what I was doing during that scene.
Were you dusting it?
What's dusting?
Were you dusting your dog?
With this thing? No. No.
You were fucking that ring. You were fucking that stress ring, weren't you?
No, I wasn't.
During that sex scene, you were fucking that ring during that sex scene. Wow. Oh, don't put it up to your mouth, Bill. Ugh, yuck. Bleh. No, yeah.
It's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting.
Kind of looks like one of Sonic's rings.
Ooh. Yeah, this sex scene, to all the ladies and gentlemen listening to this podcast, this sex scene is absolutely worth the Criterion Collection of this movie alone. This scene, you see a almost completely lifeless, very, very still Seagal. And he's just watching this woman that he's been doing karate with all day. You know, the sexual tension's just been rising in all of these montages of him just doing karate with this woman. And by golly, here we are. It's finally time. They've had dinner. They've had their sake. And they're going... Well, she's going nuts on him, riding him like a freaking Sabian.
Riding him like an air balloon. He is
That's
so
for sure.
sexual. He is so sexual in this. He exudes sexuality. I mean,
Yeah.
he maybe burns off 10 calories tops in this entire movie, but he still has so much personality, so much je ne sais pas.
It's his chi, as he calls it. His chi is very, very horny. It's a very thick chi, boned up chi, and that chi's going to work on this woman.
If like a big fat American cop and a black gangster from the mid 80s and a kung fu master all got together like the Captain Planet kids, they would create Steven Seagal. He has a black scent, he knows karate,
He's wearing a
and
do-rag
he loves arresting
and a kimono.
people. He is the sickest guy. Name a cooler guy.
Yeah, you can't. You can't.
And he only fucks Asian girls, which is fucking cool.
That's what he's all about. You know, that's just who he connects with the most on probably an emotional level as well. And that is, I'm so happy we agreed on that God tier scene because holy smokes. Talking about this woman's breasts, her trying to, her being herself and just being a fully actualized woman and being okay with having sex with a man like Steven Seagal. Is really, really cool of her, and all the power to her, and it's very powerful of her.
Yeah, and it gave me hope as a big old fat guy to see Steven Seagal, who is, let's be honest, he's a chonker in this one. It gives me hope that maybe one day I'll get to teach
Pat,
somebody.
you're a hottie, and you're gonna get plenty of that. So Pat, this movie got, of course, certified rotten on Rotten Tomatoes. It's like a 3% or whatever. And
that fucking bullshit ass website.
And now we know exactly why. We know exactly why this movie tanked. We know exactly why this movie never made it to theaters. And it was in direct response to the history between Seagal and
Nassau.
And their...
Hollywood hates Steven Seagal because he stands for everything true and right.
And we are, exactly. And he continues to make films, and he continues to put them out there, despite the fact that he knows that these movies will literally lose money because of the Nassau film family and their ties to the Hollywood elitist deep state. So here are some of the critics. Here are some of the critics of this movie. Okay, so Sam Abrams from Roger Ebert. He said, if you watch this film knowing that it is a Steven Seagal wearing a do-rag and glowering and passively at attractive young women bad, you will get what you paid for. That's both an endorsement and a warning. Okay, Sam, if that's such a warning, what are you warning me about? What exactly are you? What's the cautious tale here? You dumb fuck.
I got a warning for Sam, the dumb fuck.
Yeah, that's right.
Here's a warning. We're putting your address in the bio for this episode.
That's right, Sam. Yeah, Sam. Do you know what it's like to have a SWAT team come to your house? Because we got your phone number and we got your address.
Yeah.
And yeah, it sounds to me like maybe you are putting people in jeopardy in your home. You dumb piece of shit, you dumb fuck,
guess
you.
Guess what, you dumb fucking asshole? We have a whole chat full of psychotic bikers and they're all doing gun emojis, and those gun emojis aren't for us, motherfucker.
They're not for us. They are for you, you dumb piece of shit. Okay. That was for Sam. All right, now we're on to Michael. Oh, let me make sure I got his name right. This is hard to pronounce.
Reckenbach.
Michael. There it is. Michael Reckenbach from the LA Times. Even by diminished B-movie standards, careful what you say here, but you already said it, and the name Steven Seagal above the title. Asian Connection, about a pair of American bank robbers. Wow. Did you catch that, Pat? About American bank robbers who set up shop in Southeast Asia is a dumb, boring dud.
He didn't even watch the movie.
You didn't even watch the movie, dude. And now you're going to pay.
Australian, you dumb fuck.
He's very clearly Australian. You dumb piece of shit. You piece of fuck.
Michael Reckenbach, you dumb fucking idiot.
Tell him what's going to happen to him, Pat. Tell him what's going to happen because he didn't watch the movie and he decided to trash it. Because here's the thing, everybody. We're fighting back.
Yeah. We have guns.
We're fighting back, all right?
3 words. 3 words. T-Rex is coming for you, you dumb fuck.
Yeah. We will also put your address in the bio, and yeah, it kind of sounds like your wife might be in danger. Uh-oh. You have a gun? Ooh, what do you mean you didn't buy a gun? Yeah, of course you didn't, because you got it illegally, and it showed up underneath your doorstep. Uh-oh, did you know about that? Did you know about the illegal gun you now have?
Uh-oh. We might just frame you.
Uh-oh.
Dumb fuck.
You dumb piece
Call this movie
of shit.
a boring dud one more time. You think this is a B movie? This is an A movie, and you're an A-hole.
Yeah. I hope
got his ass.
I hope that you suffer a level of pain before you die.
Yes.
That is unimaginable to Jesus who died on the cross. Because you are part of the Judas to Steven Seagal, who is
you're part of the problem.
Clearly, Jesus Christ
is part of the problem. These elitist so-called movie review. This guy didn't even know Sam was Australian. This dumb fuck. I hope that he gets tortured to death, and then in hell, Spawn brings him back to Earth, and then that clown has sex with his butt.
I'm imagining this clear as day. That clown from Spawn is having some and he's in like part spider form, where he's going absolutely like sicko mode
That's what I was picturing.
Ass. And not in a fun,
he's going
pleasurable
sicko
way.
mode on this dumb fuck's ass.
And not in a pleasurable way.
It's a chore.
Some people.
It's a chore for the clown.
Yeah, and just to be clear, that butt sex, in my opinion, doesn't necessarily always. That's not like always a bad laughing matter thing. I feel like some people, whether they're gay or straight, can enjoy butt play and butt sex and stuff, and that's a way that people can connect on an emotional level.
Yeah,
but in this case, well, no, I'm just making it clear because people might understand that you're, what you mean, but I just want them to know what I mean.
Yeah, I know. You got sunken
the type of butt sex that I want him to be having is not what
torturous.
Most people would. Yeah, it's not good butt sex. It would be bad butt sex from the clown from Spawn. And that's the bottom line.
Yeah, man, they just. Can you believe they just? Oh no. Every damn day they're just throwing out pounds and pounds of panda, and I'm right there, because I live just around the corner. Yeah, can you believe they throw all this shit out at the end of the day? I'm just like, hey, hook me up. I'll bring my own bag. I'll bring a pillowcase. You just fill it up with orange chicken. And some of that cashew chicken too, because I like to keep them guessing.
Next week, we return to familiar territory, a genre we're very familiar with, the spy primate action movie. We're watching Spymate this season. Certified Cinephiles is a podcast co-hosted by Patrick Richardson and William Woods. It is produced by Patrick Richardson. Intro skit performed by William Woods, Patrick Richardson, and Sam Tallent as Steven Seagal.
Certified cinephiles.